Machinima, good evening. My name is Dane Munro from Malta and my specialization is death. Tonight I have given a presentation on the personification of death throughout the ages, and we started in the Neolithic times until rather modern times. I also show that death really started off as a woman because the first personification of death occur in a time when agriculture is developing, where winter is death and summer is life, a resurrection if you may want. Later on the sex of or the gender rather of death becomes hijacked as a male, sole male. In the 14th century he even becomes a skeleton, because that's what we see. Art of course is or has been and is always extremely important in showing us what we are and how we're going to look against or at things rather. Art has shown us that we are a skeleton with meat and worms will get us, and that's what we are. In the end, when we're in our grave, we just become death. We become his mirror image. Only bones, nails, teeth and hair remains. The rest is all gone. Of course, there is the much more interesting is the metaphysical aspect. What happens to the soul? One of the most intriguing things is with the Greeks and the Romans. The living people had interaction with their gods, hence we even had half-gods. But at the moment of their death they were strictly separated and put into Hades. In the Christian world or the Abrahamic religions, during our life we never see our God, but at death we are united with him. Hence two different worlds, two different approaches. Hence also the need of angels to communicate between the gods and the mortals. The first one I think described in the Odyssey is Hermes, the guy with the wings on his heels. Death becomes a full-winged persona, who actually an angelos in the Greek term was to somebody who, a messenger of God, who would take your soul. The body remains, the soul goes somewhere else. We know from Greek philosophy that the soul is really the immortal part. When it comes to the medieval ages, of course, the Trionfo della Morte, the triumph of death, based actually on the triumphant entry of a city of a Roman general in a chariot. Death is described by Boccaccio as the horseman or the driver of a carriage of carnage, trampling over people. Hence, death has been mostly depicted on horseback and with his sight. He cuts off yourself from your roots and you're free to go into heaven. Hence, in many Christian genre pictures you see angels hovering over the head of somebody who's going to get beheaded. So the body remains there, the angels pick up the soul, and that's then the end of the story. When it comes how it relates to this game, I don't really know. There is a lot of artistic creativity and freedom, but death, one thing of course, the color setting of the whole game is really how they did it in the Baroque times. Reduced colors, Indian summer colors, gold, ochre, brown, blacks, never outrageous reflected colors or fluorescent colors. So the color setting is already extremely good to get you into the mood. What I saw actually also in this game is that no humans are involved. So it's death, a guy who's already dead, killing off the baddies, and he does that extremely well. This set of video games of course is a series, I believe, of 4 going to be there. So what is next I can't tell, I don't know, but I'm sure it is something devastating. Maybe something as small as a virus, that is simply part of the food chain after all.